Hello. Welcome to another episode of Heartstrings Podcast. What a day. What a
It
day.
sounds really low.
Really low?
Yeah.
How about now?
Oh, it sounds really low.
Oh, shit. My bad. I was playing with the headphones earlier. So I've noticed in the last couple episodes, there's been like a little hissing.
Yeah, I hear it.
You can hear it right now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
hear it when it like goes.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. I think it's going to be the headphone jacks. So I might need to fix that around, here and there. But I know in the last two episodes, I can hear it in the Braulio's episode and a little bit in Damian's, but I kind of lowered down my headphone. So I don't know. I'm going to fix that. But
I saw you go like that. You should have told me we were going to be repping.
Oh, yeah. You should have.
Okay.
Nah, but yeah. It's been a good couple, 2 days?
The last
It's been eventful 3 days.
48 hours almost have been. Yeah, because we left around this time.
Yeah. So
this is an update. This is our postpartum
yeah.
episode.
Yes.
We had our baby yesterday.
Yep, we did. Hold up. Yeah, I don't even know which button it is, but yeah.
Oh, you're going to...
I was going to do a little clapping sound. Hello, friends. You see? Wrong one.
Hello, friends.
Nope. Different one. There we go. Finally. I can actually delete some of those. But yeah, we had our baby. Yeah. So we were keeping it a surprise till birth, and we definitely got a surprise. Big pair of brown balls. Huge brown balls. So
I was in the middle of drinking Mario.
So, the nurses, the doctors, they were aware that we wanted to keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
So they they talked about...
it seems to be kind of a unique experience. Like,
yeah, they were excited.
They seem like oh, that doesn't really happen. Like, I'm so excited. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so they knew the plan. They knew what we wanted to do. So they were kind of like, hey, so is somebody going to announce it? Like, if it's a boy or a girl?
Well, we didn't have a plan.
We didn't.
Yeah, I was like, announce what? Like, who are we going to announce it to? I'm like, it's just the two of us because it's just you and me and that.
So we're like, we actually haven't thought about it, but I don't know. I guess we should come up with who's going to see. So are you going to tell me? Or am I going to tell you?
And I told you, I was like, I think you should do it, Mario. Because
Yeah.
like, I felt like you would be like more the level-headed one.
Yeah. So right after he was born, the doctor pulled him out.
It was hard to miss those balls.
Everybody saw them. So everybody was like, oh, it's a boy. Yeah. So
I was like, Mario, I saw them. It's a boy.
Yeah, I know. But it's funny because even a little bit after, one of the nurses was like those were big, balls. I'm like, I know, we all noticed. So it's like it was out there, out there for the universe. But yeah, so we had a boy.
Yeah, now you're putting them out there too.
So we had a little boy named Damian. So we actually we kind of wanted to record an episode before. Sorry, but we kind of ran out of time. We were busy. I had a really hard week at work. So I was getting off like at 4:35.
You were really tired.
Yeah, it was just I was tired.
You worked 9 days straight, and
yeah, so we weren't able to record an episode with anybody that we wanted them to come through. So
or just even ourselves. Like
it
was hard too.
Yeah, it was
to have the
tough.
time, and then we had to prepare. We knew we were getting induced on Saturday, but we just had to prepare.
Yeah. So we kind of did like a little small blog thing. So so I might post it.
Short clips.
It's short clips. It was like little short clips of like updates on what's going on. Kind of get you an idea on like, where we were at the room and all. If you haven't seen it, then most likely I didn't post it. Right. If you did see it and I did post it, then it should just be like a refresh, like reminder. But I'll work on it.
It'd probably be like what? Like a
should be
10,
like
15 minute.
Maybe 15, 20 minutes. I don't think it's going to go even past 25 minutes.
It was very short videos that you were taking.
Yeah, because it was also hard because, like nurses were kind of consistently, checking up on us. And then our sleep schedule was kind of off, so we also like took very long power naps. I took like a good 4-hour nap.
No, you were sleeping.
Yeah, like, well, yeah, I wouldn't call
You
it
were
nap. I was
knocked
sleeping.
out.
Yeah, so it was like a good 4 hours, no?
I don't know. I wasn't even keeping track of time.
Yeah, so
Like even this morning when we were up at like 9:30, I think it was like 9:30, and I was like, it's 9:30. Like I feel like it's hella late right now, but it's only 9:30. Like my sleep schedule, just like everything was just so off. Yeah. It's still kind of off. I haven't really slept.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was
you slept.
Yeah, I did sleep.
Didn't sleep.
And the thing is, like, you didn't want to. Like,
I didn't want to.
When I was awake, I was like,
I can't. Like, even right now, like, we're home and your mom has the baby. I mean, I just fed him, but like, I can, but I just can't. Yeah,
because I told you, like, okay, I'm wide awake right now. Just take a nap and take that time and I kind of cover the shift. Yeah. But you just weren't. You were too. It was kind of like the other day how you was like, you should have gone to sleep. Like I couldn't. Like my brain was wide awake. My brain was saying do this, do that, and that's exactly how you were.
But that's the thing. Like my brain is like, I'm really tired. Like physically, like I'm really sore right now. Mm-hmm. Like my body hurts. My head is like throbbing, but like I can't. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I have energy, but I don't have energy. Like, does that even make sense? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense because I've been there. Okay. I've been there. So yeah. So with that being said, Damian was born. We had two things going in there. Number one, it was a clubfoot. I was very interested on like how it's gonna look. And it was actually a lot better than I thought. Because I saw some pictures that it was bad. Like it was a little worse than that. So it really depends on like each baby and what kind of not what kind of clubfoot, but how severe it is to a certain extent. So I was very interested in that. And then in the prior weeks, we got news that his bladder or his kidney had a little bit of liquid.
Like one of his kidneys had. Like they never said excess. They said mild amount of like retention of urine. And I was worried about that. Like the other one, I was like, okay, well, we have a specialist lined up. Like we have the way that it's gonna be treated and stuff. Like it's being taken care of. Mm-hmm. But the kidney one, I was like, what does this mean? Yeah. Like the internet tells you like a whole bunch of stuff. Like I was talking about like kidney failure and stuff like that. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, so those two things were like on top of my head, So I wanted to see like what was going on, When the baby came out, clubfoot was pretty obvious, it's there. Sorry, I hella burped.
It's the beer.
It's apple juice. Mm. So yeah, so with the kidney, he kept asking questions like, "Oh, yes."
I asked everyone.
Yeah,
I asked everyone to make sure that everybody had like everybody was consistent with their answer. Yeah, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, they did tell us like as long as he's like taking his regular urine, as long as he's
they used a percentage too. Like I guess whatever was captured on ultrasound was like at a 9. I don't know what that means, but she said 9 something, or below. Then it's really mild and it just corrects itself. I guess like it's really like it's nothing to worry about. Now if it was like 10 and above, then that would be something that they'd have to look into. But they said that I guess they noticed that the test results showed like a lesser amount of like a mildness, and everybody was just like, yeah, we don't really look into it like to it that way. So
yeah, so
I think we saw 2 pediatricians and they both said the same thing.
Yeah, and then another thing that was kind of worrisome is like he was very quiet and calm and.
That worried you, huh?
It did worry me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very calm, and then we would make like at first it wasn't so much, but
I would be afraid to flush the toilet at first, and then.
Mm-hmm. No, it's apple juice, bro. Oh, I thought it was beer. No, it's apple juice. All right, close the door. Yeah, so that was
I told you he wasn't outside.
No, he was. You didn't hear him kick the ball?
He was in the front?
Yeah, he was in the front. Oh, you thought he was in the back?
I thought he was in the back.
No. He was in the front.
Close the door, Aiden.
I'm just playing his beer. Yeah, you don't want beer. Close it. Yeah.
How's the baby? Is he crying?
No. All right. Soon, all four of us. Yeah. So we actually talked about doing a podcast with all four of us. Me, you, Adi, Aiden, and myself. That'd be fun. Should be fun. But yeah, so the baby was out, and we were just kind of like making noises, and he was just calm.
Oh yeah.
He was very chill. We flushed the toilet a few times, closed the door. It's always like some type of noise, and you kind of pointed it out, like, hey, so like
it's like I don't see him getting startled by any of the noises, and I was kind of getting concerned.
Yeah.
And they hadn't done his hearing test yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned that, and I was like, yeah, I noticed that. Like we flushed the toilet with the door wide open. He was sleeping. He was just chill. So yeah, so it was kind of worrisome, but
I mean, not that I was trying to scare him, but I was trying to make sure he could hear. And then this morning we did have the person that's assigned to do the
screening,
the hearing screening, and he wasn't passing the test.
Yeah.
But my assumption is because it's just. It goes back into like when we were in labor.
Mm-hmm.
They had to break my water. They broke my water like at 6:15 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I remember because they wrote it on the board. And obviously, like, I didn't have liquid. So during the contractions, like later on when they got a little bit more intense, his heart rate was dropping every time that I was having a contraction.
Yeah.
So they had to. So they were assuming that his heart rate was dropping because he wasn't liking the feeling, and maybe he was like gripping onto the umbilical cord at the moment, or like his body was pressing up against it somehow, and because he didn't have anything to elevate him away from the cord, that he was just too close to it, and it was too accessible to him.
Yeah.
So they kept moving me, like, positions. Like I was being switched. At that time I had already gotten that epidural, so like they were just shifting me over. But then the other option that they had was putting fluid back inside.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that the person that was screening him asked was if he was born fast or via C-section. And he was born fast, but not right after water breaking, and then but they did put liquid back inside, so he probably had some of that liquid still not dry and still inside of his ears.
Yeah.
Because they did the test again and he passed.
Yeah, he passed.
She did it a different way,
mm-hmm.
and he passed that one. So,
yeah. And that was most likely because of the, he had liquid in his ears.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So a little scare there, but not too concerning.
I mean, I was noticing that I was like, I don't know if he's hearing the noises, mm-hmm. but I guess it makes sense that it's because his ears were a little clogged from the liquid.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, we just kind of were a waiting game to get dismissed. And then we finally got dismissed, and then we came home.
We didn't talk about labor, Mario. You just skipped the whole...
Oh, labor was easy. There you go. End the story. No,
you didn't do anything.
Well, I was watching.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I was watching TV. I was on my phone battling Pokemon Go. Yeah, I tried because they kept interrupting, so I was like, let me put it down, I guess. But yeah. So what?
No, I was just gonna say like it was a little. It started off kind of discouraging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it started off kind of discouraging.
Yeah, so we were scheduled to go in Saturday, the 16th
to Oakland.
To Oakland
at noon.
At noon. So we ended up leaving like around 10:30 ish. We got there and then
we got there around 11:30, like 11:20 something. Out we were checking in.
Yeah. And as soon as we got there, they were like, "Oh, someone's going to be here, in a minute. Just give them a second." So I guess it was, what did she call herself? How she introduced herself?
I have no idea. I forgot.
I don't know how she introduced herself, but she's like, they don't tell you that you have to call in to check in. I'm like, no. So, she was saying that there were no available beds and that we were supposed to call in advance to check the availability. Yeah. So we're like, nobody told us anything. They booked the appointment and we just
showed up.
Yeah, we showed up. So no beds available. They couldn't take us in, so they just told us to go home and then wait for a call.
Yeah, we got sent back home.
Yeah, so I was like,
especially because I was in an active labor. I'm sure if I was in labor with contractions, it would have been a different story. I don't think they would turn.
Yeah, they would
somebody down.
She said that.
Oh.
Yeah, so she said that like.
I blocked her after I was kind of discouraged. I was like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, so we ended up just like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. So you were like, oh, let's go to the beach. Let me go walk in the sand. And you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
I totally forgot we did that.
Yeah. I remember because you wanted to go walk in the sand, like, barefoot. And lasted about 2 minutes because the sand was too hot. And you put socks on.
It was hot.
So, no pain, no gain, baby.
The sand was hot.
Yeah,
it was a hot day. And I was wearing my Ugg boots.
I know. And so we went. We just kind of chilled. Then you got hungry, so we went to eat. We went to Monkey King. We went to Monkey King in Alameda. And after that, we just came home. Actually, we stopped by. Where did we stop by to get food?
I don't know. We stopped by probably Target and then we came home. I don't know where we stopped by.
Yeah.
But we just came home and then I fell asleep. What they did tell us, they gave us a phone number to call. Like they said they would call us back when they were like, so basically they had like a waiting list of like inductions and like just like a waiting list, like probably just inductions. They're not going to be like, oh, you're in labor, you got to be on the waiting list. So, and then because of the gestational diabetes, she did tell me that because you have a medical condition, then you're probably higher up on the list. I just don't know what place you're in. Yeah. But we'll call you. And if we don't call you by 8 p.m. tonight, then give us a call and just check the status of the beds. So, we were just going about our day. I fell asleep I needed to sleep because I hadn't been sleeping well. I fell asleep. After that, we went out to go. I'm tired.
I can tell.
We went out to go get some stuff, and then we stopped by to get some food on the way home. On the way to buy our food.
Oh, we went to Pollo Loco.
Yeah, in the drive-thru. They called me from Oakland. They called me. Was it Oakland? Yeah, they called me from Oakland, telling me that. Did you just burp?
No.
Okay. Telling me that.
Oh, you got a problem if I did?
I can smell it.
I burped. Sorry, I was drinking apple juice.
I mean, it's not like a terrible smell, but I can smell something. I was like, what am I smelling? Anyway,
it's the dollars.
What?
Nothing. Keep going. So yeah, we were at Pollo Loco. They called us.
They called from Oakland to tell me that they unfortunately they still didn't have any beds available, but that they had spoken to Walnut Creek Kaiser, and that they were experiencing the same situation, but that they probably had some room, just to pencil me in, squeeze me in there. And if we were willing to go over there, I just looked over at you like, "Are you willing?" And you're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." So I said yes. So right after that, I actually didn't really think they were gonna call. It was so late, or it was 6 p.m. It was like 6 p.m. I'm like, they're not gonna call me. Like 6:30, whatever. They're not gonna call me. And then even Oakland said, if they don't call you by tonight, call us tomorrow morning, and then we'll go from there. I wasn't expecting a call. As soon as we got home, and I was talking to your mom, I was telling her, "Oh, they called me, and this is what's gonna happen." I get a call from Walnut Creek. So then I answer, and they're like, "Can you make it here?" It was like 6:50 when they called. Can you make it here by 7:30, 7:45? And of course, you were gonna drive, and the distance better than me. And I'm like, "Do you think we can make it?" You're like, "Yeah." So we had everything in the car already because we had packed to go to Oakland. So we didn't take anything out just in case. So we literally just got back in the car and left. Yeah. We got there at like 7:45.
Which was a really ideal situation for us because honestly, Walnut Creek was a really good place.
Yeah, we enjoyed our stay.
Kaiser was really good. Yeah, no, we just had nurses and doctors like back to back. Like,
everyone was great.
Yeah, they were amazing. They were back, like, people covering breaks and lunches. They were like awesome. We got there. It was this lady. She told you like, "Hey,
the scenario." Yeah. So you were waiting outside. So the one that called me that gave me the instructions on how to get there and just like asked me if we could make it. I don't remember her name and I don't remember her title, but she came out to get me. And the only reason why I know it was her because she's like, "Were my directions good?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure they were. I just wasn't paying attention." And we just laughed. I was like, we ended up using the GPS because I don't know, she was trying to give me other directions on how to get there faster, but I was like, honestly, at that moment, everything was going in one ear out the other. So just trying to get there. So then we go. She takes me to the room, and then she goes like, she said, I forgot how the scenario. I can't even think right now.
I remember she saying, because her name was Riza, right? Riza, something like that. Her name. She was
one of the nurses.
Yeah, one of the nurses. She was Filipino, but she was practicing her Spanish. So the lady told you that, like, you're a nurse is going to be Riza or something like that. At least the way you explained it to me. Yes,
because you weren't there.
It's like she's practicing her Spanish, so tell her you don't speak English, so she can like.
She put me on the spot, but it was so funny because when the nurse does come in, she introduces herself, and I'm like, I can't be vocal right now. I can't, so I just go like this. Yeah, like I just wave at her, and then she. The first lady, she starts telling her she has a gown in her hand, and she's like, "Okay, tell her to put her gown on." So she starts trying to tell me. She looks at her like, "Why can't you just tell her?" And then she starts trying to tell me. She's like, "Tell her in Spanish." She's like, and she gets all freaked out. She's like, "You don't know English?" And I was like, "A little bit." I said a little, and then she's like. She's like backing up, like she's like freaked out. She's like, "Oh my God!" Right? I felt bad, but I mean, they were having fun. The other one, she was having fun with it. And then she was like on her way out the door to go get a translator, and then I was like, "She's just teasing you."
you said like, "Where you going?" Like the
other one was like, she's like, "Girl, where you going? Get back here!" Yeah. And she's like, and then I was like, "She's just teasing you." And I think even though I said that, it didn't register in her mind that I was speaking to her in English, and she was still trying to communicate with me, like via like sign language or something. So it was it started off kind of funny. Yeah. And then I was like, I hope she's not like mad at me.
Yeah. No, but she was real cool. She was like, very nice. The other lady, the one that was, trying to play with her,
she was want to go get you after.
Yeah, she did. Oh, okay. But like the whole experience with like them two, it was just very nice.
Yeah, it started off pretty.
They were like very playful. They were easy to like talk to. I left twice to go get some stuff. On the first one, I had to, I guess, buzz in through the door. And she's like, "Hey, Mario, coming on in." So I went in, right? I guess they have like a little camera or whatever. Because other times, like other people are like, "Oh, can I help you?" And I have to explain to them each and every time. I'm here for room, blah, blah, blah. My wife's last name is blah, 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 or Leal. So I had to repeat that. Another lady was like, "Oh, hey, Mario, come on in." And it was just like that, that vibe. She was very friendly. Yeah. Like, it was more personal. And then the night shift was over and people came in and took over.
Who was our second nurse?
It was, shit. I forgot who it was. She was very nice too, though. Asian lady. Yeah, she was an Asian lady.
Oh, God, I can't remember.
She was in there too long. No. Because we went to sleep.
Oh, that's why I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly. Because around that time, it was
a thin Asian lady, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she was very nice.
Yeah, she was very nice.
Oh yeah, I don't remember her name, but she was so sweet.
Yeah. And the reason is because like she came in when it was like already like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So we kind of went to sleep, and she was just coming in and go and like just check up on you. And then then the last one came through, and that's probably the one that like handled everything. She came in.
I think I gave her she had to work with me.
Yeah. She was super nice though. Yeah. She was
she even called you Pudgy.
Yeah, she called me Pudgy, bro. So she asked me where I was from, right?
Oh, I'm getting a phone call from Berkeley.
Answer.
Answer?
Yeah. Just answer.
Okay. You gonna pause it?
Yeah, no, just keep going.
Hello? Stupid calls.
Oh, is it the extended warranty?
Tienes un nuevo mensaje para escuchar la expresión del uno. I'm like, what is that? Okay.
Yeah, I hate those. I keep getting called, and they're getting more domestic, like more like professional.
At first, it's like a machine, and then it's like it sounds like an actual person.
Yeah, my name is, and I was just looking at my records, and your extended warranty has expired, and just have a couple. I'm like, holy shit, it sounds more legit. I still hang up, but still. So the second one came. The third one, sorry, the third nurse came, and she was like making small conversations, and she asked me where I was from, right? Like,
no, she was saying, I think she was asking about our kids if they spoke Spanish.
Oh yeah.
And then
we
started talking about them, and I guess she's half Chinese and half Filipino, and she said that she hates the fact that like I guess going to school made her like lose like her home languages, like she doesn't speak Filipino or Chinese. Mm-hmm. and then I don't know, she may have asked you like where were you from, Mario, like
yeah she did.
And then you said Mexico, and then that's what she said. She's like, oh, I thought like, she's like, I could have confused you for Filipino.
Like, yeah, at first I confused you I thought you were Filipino. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, like I get that a lot. I get that a lot. I was like, yeah, it's just usually Filipinos are so. She kind of does like a pinching motion, like
pudgy,
like kind of pudgy. I'm like, thanks. I take that as a compliment because you said it nicely, so I'll take it. But yeah, so she like, how like you have like the stereotypical grandma just put. I feel like she wanted to do that. Like,
I thought she did. I thought she grabbed your arm and like.
No, but I felt like she was like very close and like, yeah, no. Yeah, but she did work. She did a lot of work.
Yeah, she was very nice.
Yeah, because Right after that, you got the epidural, and during that time,
well, fast forward, we get there at like because we're like skipping.
are we?
Yeah.
Okay, keyword.
Okay, because we're talking about the staff, and now you're talking about the actual.
What were we saying before? What did we skip?
Oh, nothing. I don't know. I can't think.
So no, but we were just talking about the staff.
Yeah.
So they were really nice and really friendly. Like each and every nurse that we got before, birth and postpartum, like they were all very nice. They're very, very pleasant.
And then the one that gave her a break.
Yeah, her name was Yasmin.
Uh-huh.
And then the one that that one that called me Pudgy, her name was Yaz. Mm-hmm. So the other one that kind of break her out, nice, she was super nice. And one of the things I told you like that I really liked about her is that, when you were getting the epidural, she was like literally right there with you.
Like she put her head against mine, like she like.
It's okay, like just breathe.
We're like this.
Yeah, so she was like very in tune with you, and she was very emotionally supportive. I'm like, that's fucking what's up. That's crazy. Like that's amazing. And then usually like you have someone breaking someone out because we had this like altabates. You had good nurses, but then you had one that was like more, not as friendly or not as interactive. Just hey, just here to check this, and then out. No, everybody that was breaking everybody else out. For breaks or lunches, they were super friendly. And then that one was like with us for maybe an hour, like less than an hour. It was like literally just a break. So like I would say 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops.
But she made an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And postpartum, we had like 3 different nurses as well. One of them I don't remember at all because I fell asleep. I did fall asleep. I think I fell asleep at like around 1:30. I
don't know.
Like a 1. It was a little bit before 1. I
was supposed to get a nap and then I never woke you up.
Yeah, I know. Because you were supposed to get up, feed Damian at 1 so they can check his blood sugars at 2. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, just I'm actually wide awake. You told me I'm wide awake. So just take a nap and then, okay, well, once I wake up, then we can just switch off and you can.
And then I never woke you up.
Never woke me up. If it wasn't until like I saw like the new nurse, I'm like, holy shit, who's this? And then so I didn't see her much because shortly after that, then someone else came. So yeah, but yeah, everybody was real nice.
Yeah, I had one. Her name was Lisa. That was one of the ones that I felt like lasted the longest. That was there the longest, or at least maybe because she was there most of the day shift, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like from the morning on. We actually had like conversations, like really good conversations. Like we talked about the baby's clubfoot and like she saw my little clubfoot book that I have, and we were just talking about like her children, and like she has a similar age gap between her middle child and her third child. So, she's just like talking about how she felt like she had more time for this last one. Just like we had like a really good conversation, and I felt like at the end when she, said her farewells, it was like a really genuine, like she's like, I really enjoy being part of your guys' journey. She's like, you know, and I was just like, I felt that, like, I felt like she meant that, like, she was really part of it.
Yeah, because she was very interacting as well, and it wasn't like congrats. She made conversation and we made conversation, so it was like we were bouncing back different types of conversation. With the clubfoot, with books, and it was just a lot of different things. So yeah. So it was like it was genuine, and it's not like you have someone coming in, hey, how you doing? Very friendly, right? Now there's that, and then there's like taking it personal in a sense, and that's what we got from her for sure too.
Yeah, and then I had one. I think one of like the second to last one scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
I was in the restroom, like I was changing all my stuff, and I do it with the door wide open, like it's just me and you, whatever, right? And I was not expecting her, and like the lights were kind of off. She was wearing black scrubs and her hair was black, and like she had it down, and like I hear something that goes like, "Are you okay?" But like it's her voice was very soft, And then she says it again, but she's closer. And I'm like practically naked in there. And then I'm like, oh my God, you just scared me. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, we just start laughing. And then she closes the door for me. And then by the time I got back out, she was gone. But I was in there laughing.
Yeah.
Because like my reaction was like.
Yeah, because I don't know. Because she came in and was like, oh, you know, where's the mama? I'm like, oh, she's in the bathroom.
She did?
Yeah, she's like, where's the mama? Like, she was getting some stuff, and I was like, oh, she's in the bathroom. Oh, okay. But I see her walking towards there. I'm like, oh,
because the door was wide open.
Yeah, but I think I thought she was gonna go around the bed and like get something or drop off something, but no, she went straight to the bathroom. Like, and I just hear, oh my God, you scare me. And then shortly after,
it was so funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. But yeah, the staff wise, Walnut Creek Kaiser was amazing.
Yeah. We enjoyed.
Yeah.
Being there.
The fact that we were there for our third baby, and we have been waiting for this baby was already great as it is. But then to leave a place like that with like the staff that because you go to a place and you're excited and then they fuck shit up. Like they ruined the experience, or not just ruined the experience, but they messed up something. That was yes.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So not that they ruined the experience, but they kind of like
it's like they did something that's like not. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, put it into words, but
yeah. So it's like a little hiccup in that experience. There's a little like black stain, in that little hiccup thing. In that experience. But yeah, so besides that, the staff was.
I don't feel like we had that.
Nah, like not gonna lie, even the security guards were there were hella like except that one girl that didn't really know where to send us to. But everybody else was pretty cool. When we got there was like the first security, like overnight security guard. She was like very friendly. She was like talkative. When I was outside waiting for you, she was making conversation, like little small talk. Even nurses that were on break or doctors that were on break were nice. We were leaving and we had Damian already in the car seat, and it's like, hey, congrats on your baby. Like we've never seen him before, but it's obviously that we have a baby because we have a
yeah, it looked like he was on a break or something,
yeah.
But he was wearing scrubs, so he was just sitting out on a bench, and he looks at us and like, oh, congrats, you guys.
Yeah, like, congrats. It's like, is that your first? I'm like, no, third. So, I got to catch up. I'm already on my second or something like that, right?
And then he was on the phone. He was FaceTiming, I'm guessing, with his wife or something. So I'm trying to get her too.
Yeah. So it's like, sorry, it's the apple juice. So it was just that on its own itself, like made our experience, with Damian.
You're going to say Aiden?
No, I was going to say Damian. So I got to say Damian, not Damian.
Oh, why?
Will you call me away?
I said, why?
No, just because I want to get used to Damian. Okay. Like even the kids, I'm like, it's Damian.
I mean, it's
no, I know,
it's either
but still, So yeah, even with the experience with that on its own, is like it was already great.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
But I mean, besides that, I think with us being sent home, it was like God, we gotta have to wait another day. But I mean, at first it was like it was a bummer.
Discouraging, yeah.
You say discouraging, not to me. To me, it was more like fine.
I asked you, "Are you discouraged?" and you said yes.
No, I did not say that.
Oh my God!
I didn't say discouraged because discouraged is like, oh man, I don't want. I just feel like discouraged is a different word. Is a different word. Like discouraged is like to me is like, well, I don't want anyone to do this anymore. Like that's discouraging. So I said something else like I don't think it's discouraging.
That's a very negative way of thinking of it.
That's how I look at it. I see discouraging as a very negative thing. Yes. So I just thought it was like an inconvenience. I thought it was frustrating because like, hey, we were getting ready to see our kid and our baby, and now we have to wait an extra day. So to the certain, it was more frustrating than discouraging to me. But then on its own, we just kind of went for a walk. And then we went to eat, got stuffed, and it kind of helped us kind of like just forget about it a little bit. And we were already like, going with that mentality like, okay, we'll just do it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Monday, the latest, right? But we were not expecting a call. When we get the call, like, hey, fuck it, let's do this. I don't care. We'll make it. There's no traffic. And there was traffic on the way. It was an accident. But luckily, it was only like 10-minute delay. So So we made it like around 7:50 around that time. So no, we were already there like a 7:42, but then we went to the main.
We couldn't find the garage.
Yeah.
And then when we got off, we couldn't find the building.
Yeah, because we got to the building where we're supposed to, and I was like, "No, it's gonna be here because it says the main entrance."
And
lobby.
I asked for directions,
and they sent us to the emergency.
The security that you're talking about. That she's like, "Oh, I don't." She was gonna say, "I don't know," and then she was like, "You can go around that way." So then we went around, and then the guy at the emergency, we ended up at the emergency entrance, and he was like, "Oh, it's back around that way, and then you go back the same way that we had just came from."
Yeah.
So then I was like, "God, I should have just listened to you. You were going the right way."
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so after that, it was like, we weren't expecting a call. That happened. So we made it on time, even with that little delay.
He's still sleeping.
Oh yeah, he probably is. Right?
I don't know. Your mom hasn't came in here.
So yeah, no, because when I went out there, he was still sleeping.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, with even with that, it was like, it was what?
I'm trying to fix my shirt.
Oh, okay. You look good. Damn, what I was gonna say.
It wasn't discouraging. It was just...
Yeah, it wasn't discouraging. It was like, we're just going to have to wait another day. But, yeah, we got the call. We went, and we did our business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, no, good job. To myself and you. So, labor itself, you mentioned this earlier, how you felt blessed. Because, short story is you got the epidural, and then shortly after that, not shortly after that, but we kind of like waited a little bit, and then the nurse came in saying, "Oh, we're going to check how dilated you are." Before that, you were like at almost approximately 7 centimeters dilated. And then they came back a couple hours later, like, "Oh, we're just going to check, see where you're at." And it was like, "Oh, okay." So the nurse came in with the doctor. The doctor's like, "Okay." They were doing their little medical lingo, whatever they were saying. And, they kind of cleaned up. It was, "Okay, so you're ready to push," and it was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I text my mom, and I text my, I text JD, and I text your mom. Like, "Oh, she's getting ready to push." And then 10 minutes later, I'm texting them pictures like, "He's here," So it was like fast. Honestly, it was like super fast. And you were meant
2 contractions.
Yeah, 2 like big pushes, not 2 big pushes, but 2 contractions with big pushes.
Well, they started off like, let's practice.
Mm-hmm.
They were just some practice pushes, and since the doctor was there and stuff, let's practice. And then we did the practice pushes, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna start changing."
Yeah.
Like, let's get ready. It's time.
But to me, like even before then, I already like it was even too fast for that. But then like, "Oh, let's do some practice." Like, "Oh, okay." Like that was already too fast. Like, okay, well, I was already not expecting that.
You were nervous.
Oh my God. But so basically before we go into that point, so it's like I text her mom, JD, "Hey, they're about to push." And then 10 minutes later, like it happened, right? That was like in a span of 10 minutes. And, one thing that you mentioned that makes a lot of sense is like you felt blessed, that it went by super fast. Because, we talked about this, and when you go through your situation and your experience, you don't really think about what can happen outside of that experience, and we were talking about like some people like go 2 hours pushing, and they still can't do it.
As soon as I came home, I got a notification from like the forums that I follow or whatever, like what to expect. And it was like, "How long did you push for?" And somebody said that the nurse was telling them 2 to 4 hours, 2 to 4 to 6 hours was like a normal range of like, for just pushing, not laboring, just pushing. And I was like, that sounds like a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like,
in a lot of situations like that, like the mother, like, they can't like go any longer.
Not only that, it's like it gets tiring.
Yeah.
I can assume it gets tiring because it's tiring, and which is why some mothers end up having to have emergency C-sections, because it's just, it becomes so strenuous on their body, on their mind, on everything. And it's just, Yeah, you're right. I was just thinking like how I felt so blessed that like it just, it was so easy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it got me thinking, like, it's true, And another thing you mentioned is, like, how you were able to push pretty fast and everything happened so fast. There's a lot of situations where, unfortunately things happen, and labor doesn't go the way that it did for us. Mothers go in there with their babies ready to pop them out, and they leave without one. And that's very sad. And that one got to me when you mentioned that. Like, that got to me.
Well, I thought about that because, like, even from the moment that we walked in there, like, October is the infant and pregnancy loss awareness month. Mm. And as soon as we got in there, I was so aware of it. Yeah. Like, I was aware that was like this is the month where, you remember that, you acknowledge that. And it's just, as much as like I knew everything was going to be okay, it's like, it's like a hint of like fear, I guess. Before, this was like before we went into labor and before we had him. But, as soon as we got out of the room when we were being taken to our other room that we were going to be in before we got discharged, the only thing I can think of was like how lucky we are, because there are some people that walk in there with all the hope in the world and then they have to walk out empty-handed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't mention this too, but in some scenarios, the baby has to walk home alone without a mom.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, unfortunately, mothers lose their lives with birth. So I just thought about like having a baby, being pregnant. It's a blessing, it's amazing. But it's also very dangerous, and I wasn't thinking about it with Aiden and Adi. That was never something at the top of my head. And it was definitely something I was thinking now, like how dangerous it is, how, unfortunate things can be, where a mom can go home without a baby and then a baby can go home without a mom, because I seen a movie recently, not recently, but an old movie where that happened. The mom died giving birth, and that's something that happens, unfortunately it happens. But yeah, so it's like, those are the situations where, like, I mean
it's not like something that's gonna happen to everyone or anyone. I'm sure there's like factors to it and stuff, but or maybe sometimes, I don't know. It's just, it does, the reality is it does happen.
So we, you felt blessed, and that got me thinking, like, holy shit, that's so true. That's crazy that, we are in a situation like this. We walk out of the labor and delivery room into a postpartum room, and I'm like, that's blessing already as it is, getting to do that all together, all three of us. We went in at 2 and came in at 3, right? So that's already amazing on its own. That was stuck in my head, like the whole day yesterday, the whole day today. How we're blessed, definitely. But yeah, like kind of what you mentioned earlier, kind of like when they said, okay, now let's do it this time, let's push. They all got their things ready. They then one of the nurses started, like, undoing the bed so you can, like, put up your legs up in the air and start pushing. I got super nervous.
And they noticed.
Yeah, they noticed. And it was like, I went with this with Aiden.
It was like, Mario, get it together.
Yeah, I went this with Aiden. I did not feel any of those emotions. I was like, for some reason with Aiden, it came natural. I was like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. Where am I gonna be at? Let's do this. With Adi, it was the same thing. Like, I remember this with Aiden. I know what to do. Let's do this. This time around, I'm like, holy fuck.
You literally backed up and sat down on the couch.
Yeah,
this like, is Mario, get over here.
Because they told me, oh, you're going to be over here. You're going to hold her legs and, she's going to push. So they're like, setting up. I'm so nervous. I'm like, I feel like I'm in the way. So let me back away a little bit and sit down. But, I didn't see how that made me look, because I was showing what I was feeling. And I was super nervous. I was like, okay. I'm like, all right, let's breathe. I don't know what to do, so let me just go sit down. And I was just panicking, bro. I was nervous. I can feel my heart like thumping. I can literally hear it. I don't know how, but I was felt it. I was like, holy fuck. And then the nurse, Yaz, right? She was like, are you okay? Are you gonna faint or?
I think the doctor even told you, she's like, we don't take care of men here,
Yeah.
so get it
Like,
together.
Get it together. Like, we only take care of women and little men.
Little men.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I'm good. I just I was like, I just kind of confused. But yeah, I was like, holy fuck, and it was just something new. I did not experience that. And then yeah, we got to it. Everybody was doing their thing. 2 pushes or 2 contractions, and the baby was out. After the first one, I can still already see the head, and like, holy fuck, it's going pretty fast. And then the second one, ya salió, ya estaba saliendo. So once came out, as soon as like his mouth could come out, he was already crying.
No, he was crying.
He was crying, and
but it was such a soft, cute cry.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was cute.
It was cute. So he came out, big balls. You see them. It was like this almost. So that happened. Took him out. You were like, oh, it's a boy. Like, yeah, it's a boy. So everything after that, it was just like it went slower now because those two situations, everything was fast, and that's where I think also got a little overwhelmed and nervous because it was going too fast. Like, I wasn't.
One of the things that like you probably didn't think about, but with Aiden's birth, and I pointed this out earlier when we were talking about it, with Aiden's birth and with Ari's birth, it wasn't just the 2 of us. With Aiden's birth, we had your mom, my mom, and I think your sister was there, and even my sister was there. She was like 10 years old. She was there.
Mm-hmm.
With Adi, it was my mom, you and me.
Yeah.
Right?
I think my mom.
Your mom was in Utah at the time. Yeah. And then this time around, it was just you. So those other times, you were able to be by my side. You weren't assisting. And this time, they were, Jazz, the nurse, was asking for your help. Like, hey, Mario, you can help me with this. Like, and you were like assisting with other things. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what was probably overwhelming for you.
That was actually easy.
Oh.
That's what got me. That's me helping her out, like, pushing you forward and back. It distracted me. Once everything was like, everybody was like on their own trying to like get things ready. Like, you had the doctor getting her whole suit ready. You had the baby nurse or the baby doctor setting up the table to warm them up and be ready with diapers and all. And then you had Yaz like doing like they had their own thing going on. And I was like already over here like, and that's what was overwhelming because between that when I was helping her out, I was fine. Like, oh yeah, let me help you. But and we were doing it. But then when everybody went on their own, I was like, what am I doing? And everybody was moving so fast. So like, I'm in the way. And this is going pretty fast and I'm in the way. Let me just back up. It was a lot. No, I did not. I was not going to faint. But my reaction, I guess, made it seem like I was.
I don't know. I didn't think you were either.
Yeah.
You didn't look like you were going to faint. You just looked nervous.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was my experience with almost dying.
Stop crying, right? No. With almost dying.
You so just got that.
Yeah, I thought I heard it like a scream or something.
No, you're good.
Okay, well, yeah.
So yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I just think it was amazing. It was a different experience for sure. Once baby came out, you started crying.
I never cried.
You never cried.
I didn't cry with Aiden and I didn't cry with Adi.
You were happy. Of course, you were happy, and I can see because you were like smiling. You're like, oh, I felt it. But this time around, you broke down for like a quick 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm gonna cry right
now. and kind of like what I mentioned with you, what I mentioned earlier, is like there's something like 7 years waiting. To a certain extent, you've been wanting another baby. You kind of waited, and then the club foot and all the situations like lot of scares here and there. It was like it was finally over. Not over, but the baby was finally here, you know, and I think it was emotional for you. So yeah, so you started crying, and you know the baby was then on your chest. I cut the umbilical cord.
You were even nervous doing that.
I wasn't nervous. With like Aiden, I was nervous. With Aiden, I was super nervous cutting the cord. I was like trying to cut it, and it just wasn't cutting. Like, these fucking scissors don't work. But it was me that I couldn't use them for some reason. With Aiden, I was nervous. The second time around, like, okay, I know what to do, so I was cutting. But yeah, I was okay there. But yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, you know, we came home today. Baby has been very chill. He cries a little bit. He wants to be picked up all the time. Yeah. That's for sure. I've noticed that already. He wants to be in arms. And then the kids met him. You know, Adi met.
I mean, as long as he's swaddled really good, he'll be still for a little bit. But then he wants to be like, he wants to feel closeness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't mind.
Me neither. Me neither.
I think he I mean, it's not me necessarily that he wants. It's just like, even at the hospital when you were holding him and I was doing something, somebody made a comment. It was like, oh, he likes dad.
Yeah. Yeah. It was in the postpartum room.
Yeah. We were in I don't know who made the comment. Yeah. And then we have his first appointment set up for Wednesday, for a pediatrician's appointment. I'm gonna ask about the kidney thing again just to get like
clarity,
100th opinion.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be asking questions. And then our first appointment for his club feet is on the 29th.
On Friday.
And they will start. I asked today when they called me. It's funny because they called me earlier when we were on our way home.
Yeah, and then they
to make the appointment, and then I guess they didn't notice that the appointment was already set, and they called me again, which was good because I was more level-headed and I was able to ask questions. Like, I was kind of caught off guard when they called me earlier in the day, and then I was able to ask, like, will casting be started? You know, are we just going for a consultation or are we starting casting? Mm-hmm. And they clarified that they do start casting on the first appointment. So on the 29th, we will start casting.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so I think it was gonna be great. It's gonna be easy. Yeah. Not easy. It's gonna be hard work, but
you can be a mummy for Halloween.
Yeah. I like the way you think. Yeah. So we'll keep you all updated. I kind of wanted to show Damian, but he's kind of sleeping, so I don't want to bug him too much.
Yeah, it's hard being 1 day old.
Yeah, I know. It's hard work there. Yeah. But I think you posted a picture, you know, with the club feet, so everybody can get a general idea on how it looks, and then, you know, update them with the casting, see how it goes.
Well, I'll post it to my personal account.
Yeah, we can do it to the Heartstrings podcast page. But yeah, you have anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to our blessings, because that's how it is. Like, you know, I think throughout this whole time I was just like, what you mentioned, like you couldn't go to sleep, and there was a moment where I can't go to sleep. Like, I would go to sleep, but then randomly I would wake up and just like look at him, you know, like just make sure he's okay. Like
during that time when I was supposed to wake you up, like I had him in front of me on a pillow. Mm-hmm. I wasn't gonna go to sleep because like we signed a consent form that we would put him in the little bassinet out of fear of like whatever, like falling off, like falling asleep on him, whatever, anything that can happen. So I was very conscious of that. Like, even if we hadn't signed that, I was very conscious of him being there and like, you know, protecting him. But it's just like, he was there, and like, I am so tired. I haven't gotten sleep. I'm so tired, but like, I just can't stop looking at him. Like, I was just staring at him.
Yeah.
And then, what are you doing?
Sorry, no. Just messing around with this.
And then even now that we're home, it's like, I'm sore everywhere. It hurts. But I just like, I can't just lay down and go to sleep. Like I said, I have energy, but I don't have energy. And it's just, I just want to look at him.
Yeah, and it's just been like you mentioned earlier. It's like you're sleepy, but you can't go to sleep. You don't want to go to sleep, and it's like I get it. With me, I feel the same way. But I'm also a heavy sleeper, so I can't go to sleep. I will go to sleep if I have to. If my body says go to sleep, I'll go. I'll shut down. But yeah,
I think it's gonna be a few days for me. But when I do, I'm gonna shut down.
Yeah, definitely. I can already see that.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to sleep tonight.
No, I don't think so either. No, I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Wink, wink. But yeah.
Your eyes twitching. It twitched after, didn't it?
It did. I don't know, probably did. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in and listening to today's podcast. Like I mentioned earlier, I might have a blog, like a small little blog. We're not going to do that too often. It was just something that we wanted to share with you guys. But if I can't get more than 10 minutes, I probably won't do it. We'll see. So if we posted it and you saw it, then this is like saying, hey, we actually did it. But if you don't see it, this is kind of us saying like, hey, we tried, but yeah, cool. Awesome. Thank you. And we'll probably be doing a lot more episodes consistently. Or we'll try, since we're both on leave of absence in the meantime.
We're on parental leave.
Parental leave. And then, of course, we're lucky that my mom helps us out.
She's with him now. I got to go check up on her. Maybe she's over there trying to keep him quiet.
Yeah, true. All right, cool. Okay. Thank you. See you on the next one.